I was so inspired and looking forward to pursue my education in Cornell University, and I was looking to get the Tata scholarship so that I can afford my tuitions there. Initially, I wanted to fly to the US to pursue my undergrad, but I didn't get sufficient scholarship so that I can afford to go there. So as I was building ISP Association, and I was doing the revenue of around 3 to 4 lakhs, and at that point of time I was not so mature about business. I sold my company when I was just 17 and got the paycheck of rupees 10 lakhs. As I was inspired to join Polaris School of Technology and got to know that Polaris School of Technology is backed by Mr. Mukul, and he is from ClassPlus. ClassPlus is already a very big company. Its valuation is around 4 to 5,000 CR. Hi everyone, so I am Priyanshu Gupta. I am right now studying at Polaris School of Technology in first year. I was born in Gulbarga, Karnataka, and then my father moved back to his hometown, which is in Varanasi, Uttar Pradesh. So I've been raised in Varanasi, Uttar Pradesh. So I come from a job-oriented family. Many relatives of mine are like civil engineers, but that was not something that I connect to, and hence I was too inclined toward entrepreneurship, and I was pursuing entrepreneurship since my 10th grade, and I have been building startups and working at a lot of ventures since my 10th grade. I took a very different approach by pursuing entrepreneurship. Initially my parents were they were inclined towards job, and they were feeling insecure that if it's a good decision to pursue entrepreneurship, do startup, being from a place where it's a very remote place. I don't come from a tier 1 city in India where parents are mostly comfortable with pursuing entrepreneurship. But still, there was time in my 10th grade where I started looking to pursue my education abroad, and for that I started building my entire profile. I worked for different things to build my extracurricular activities, and this is how I came toward entrepreneurship, and I founded my very first startup in the transition of my 10th to 11th grade. So the very first time I participated was in entrepreneurship competition by IIT Bombay. It was Eureka Junior. It's for under 18 kids who are interested in entrepreneurship. And I won, even though I made it to the finalist, but I didn't make it to grand finale. But yeah, that was my very first competition in the entrepreneurship field. That gave me the initial kick to pursue entrepreneurship. I'd been the part of multiple clubs, entrepreneurship club, tech club, but I find most fascinating thing in entrepreneurship club is that you keep building, you keep reiterating and all. And the PMF is the very best part, when you go and talk to other customers. During my initial days, I was looking to pursue my undergrad in the US. So in order to build my extracurricular activities, I actually was very excited to, work on different things, do research and do volunteering work at NGO. So I joined an NGO. The name of that NGO was Project Sarama. They were actually solving the problem of, feeding stray dogs and getting them radium bands on their neck so that they don't get hit by the car in dark or night. So this was my very first volunteering experience in the NGO, and apart from that I also raised around 1 lakh rupees for that NGO through our volunteering team, and I was leading that. Being a volunteer in that NGO, gradually I became the leader of volunteers, and I was leading the team of 14-15 volunteers, and we raised around 1 lakh rupees for that NGO to help the stray dogs. Initially, I wanted to fly to the US to pursue my undergrad, but I didn't make it there because there was a financial constraints. I didn't get sufficient scholarship so that I can afford to go there. But that point of time, I was literally feeling very low, but I didn't stop there. I actually looked for colleges in India where there is a better entrepreneurship culture so that I can pursue what I dreamt. During my entire career of entrepreneurship, from 10th grade to my gap year, I faced a lot of trouble building startups, and the one of the main trouble that I usually faced was building a great tech team. Initially I used to be the non-tech founder. I used to work in operations and marketing sides of startups. My parents wanted me to do my bachelor's and then prepare for some kind of government jobs and get a good job, like maybe prepare for UPSC and all. But I was someone who is not a job oriented but looks forward to building a startup and pursuing entrepreneurship. So as I was looking to build my extracurriculars, summer program is one of the best extracurriculars that you have in your profile. So I was exploring some consultancy or any organization that can help me get into prestigious summer programs, but I didn't find any. So what I did was I approached multiple alumni of those some prestigious summer programs on LinkedIn, on X, and I got help from them. And what I thought was there is a gap. There are a lot of consultancies and companies who can help you in your college applications, but there are no any organizations which can help you in getting into prestigious summer programs. So that's how actually I started my own ISP Association, which stands for International Summer Program Association. It was an association of alumni of those prestigious summer programs which used to help students, give them mentorship, consult them, and that is how I started ISP Association. So as I was building ISP Association and I was doing the revenue of around 3 to 4 lakhs in total, so that is how actually I got an offer from Cross the Sky Limits, and they were paying me 10 lakh rupees to acquire my startup. And at that point of time I was not so mature about business. I sold my company when I was just 17 and got the paycheck of rupees 10 lakhs. After the acquisition, I hosted one of the biggest event of my life at IIT Delhi. It was a summit where people from all over India were coming to get together and get the guidance. So the cost for that event was coming around 5 to 6 lakhs, and that acquisition offer helped me host that event. And from the money that I got left in my bank account, I pursued my another startup, which is Joper. That paycheck of rupees 10 lakh empowered me a lot that I kept building another startup. So if you might be knowing, Mr. Ratan Tata was the alumni of Cornell University, and they run an endowment of Tata Scholarship at Cornell. And I was so inspired and looking forward to pursue my education in Cornell University, and I was looking to get the Tata Scholarship so that I can afford my tuitions there. And one of my friend who is Yash Moitra, who was 1 year older than me, he got into Cornell University with full ride, and that inspired me a lot. And he was also pursuing business administration, so that's why I got interested to be at Cornell the next year. And I got rejected from Cornell University, but I didn't stop there. I kept pursuing what I was already doing, and this is how I built my second startup. So post-COVID, my father lost his job, and then he moved back to his hometown and started his own business in FMCG. So I was looking for some methods to automate my father's own business, and since my father's business was in my hometown and there are no any digital shops, so I wanted to digitalize that business and I wanted to automate that. So I was looking for some kind of billing softwares or some kind of solutions to put in my father's business, and that's how I figured out a problem that in tier 2, tier 3 retail stores, they don't use billing softwares. I built Joper, which was an end-to-end solution for retailers in tier 2, tier 3 cities of India. We were targeting tier 2, tier 3 cities of India because we wanted them to go online, do the deliveries, manage their entire inventory and all. Because it's very important for them to go online and do the deliveries, capture the customer base in their area. Because as soon as quick commerce will enter their cities or villages, it will ruin their entire livelihood. Those shops, those stores are not only the business, it's a livelihood for them. And so going online is very necessary for them. So I was building Joper and I had around 200 to 300 customers throughout India, and I scaled it at a scale where giants got an eye on me. So my second startup got acquired by Kirana Pro even before I turned 18. So after that acquisition, that corpus helped me a lot, and I was like literally happy and empowered, and I was feeling very independent that I can take my own financial decisions. I was not relying on my parents to do something for me. When I sold my very first startup, that was a mistake. I was not so mature in terms of business, and I sold it very cheaper. That was a mistake from my end. And acquisition of my second startup was very informed decision, because I came to a point where that business was like feeling very stagnant, and I was unable to scale it further because of lack of the funds. So getting them acquired was one of the best decisions that I ever had. After the second acquisition of my startup, I got the corpus in my bank account, and this helped me a lot. I started taking care of all my finances, and I take care of entire tuition cost at Polaris on my own. Earlier, I used to be the non-tech founder, and building a tech team was way too hectic, because being a student, you don't have capital to hire a working professional. And when you hire an intern in your company, you cannot expect a professional work from them, because they have joined your organization, your startup, just to learn being an intern. And that's why I thought, and I made a decision to let's pivot to tech, and I pivoted my career into tech. And I was looking for a college which is a tech college, but they have the push toward entrepreneurship, so that I can keep building my own startup. But yeah, I'll also be known as tech founder now. And when it comes to Polaris, the entrepreneurship culture here is very good. And yeah, we are surrounded with people who are like entrepreneur, who are ex-co-founders working at Polaris. So it was a very good decision for me to join Polaris. And yeah, I got a scholarship that also like aided my journey to, afford my education. As I was inspired to join Polaris School of Technology, I did a research and got to know that Polaris School of Technology is backed by Mr. Mukul, and he is from ClassPlus. ClassPlus is already a very big company. Its valuation is around 4,000 to 5,000 CR. And I did a lot of research. I talked to their current students at Polaris, and they gave me real feedback how the entrepreneurship culture is. And there are a lot of guest lectures and all. I looked into their website. They have a tech combinator program where entrepreneurs like me get the seed grant to to build their own startup. When it comes to Polaris, I think the entrepreneurship culture, including the tech ecosystem, it's one of the best here at Polaris. I didn't find any such colleges which is based in Bangalore, and yeah, they also help students pursue entrepreneurship. After joining Polaris, I don't think there was anything that I was lacking behind. I got to connect with a lot of founders, VCs, angels, and they pull up a lot of events in partnership with big companies like OpenAI, Anthropic, Emergent and all. So the kind of exposure that we get here, I don't think I can find anywhere in Bangalore. According to my perspective, if you are someone who wants to build their own startup, then I think Polaris would be a better decision. What I would want to improve in Polaris is building more clubs, engaging the students in diverse clubs. So right now I am building Builder Fellows. It's a residency program for young builders out there. And what was the main idea behind starting Builder Fellows was, being an entrepreneur from somewhere around Varanasi or some remote villages in India, you don't get the ecosystem, you don't get the like-minded peer network to pursue and get a push to build something crazy, ship non-stop. And hence we are creating a residency program for founders, builders, creators, designers and everyone who can come under a single roof, build non-stop, ship something crazy, and get the fundings from our own angel and VC networks. The idea is to build a network of global founders. It should not be a hindrance to join Builder Fellows just because it's only happening in Bangalore or some part of India. We are looking forward to do in Dubai and Bali as well. And we look forward to do in multiple locations throughout the globe, so that we can pull global founders. Building startups means moving to SF, which I don't think we should, stop just because we cannot move to SF. When you'll see, most of the residency programs are based out of SF and New York and the elite part of United States. But I wanted to build something global, which is not only, limited to San Francisco, but it's happening throughout the globe. The inaugural cohort that we are planning to do is in Bangalore itself, and after that we are looking forward to do our programs in Dubai and then Bali. In the next 5 years, it will be a go-to place for global founders who want to scale their product not only to their own countries, but globally. If I would have to give a general advice to my younger self or someone who is watching this video, I'd say in today's era, building anything has become so easy and cheap and so democratized that even if you are from a very remote village and very underprivileged family, you can still build something that you can imagine in your mind. So I would say don't stop, just keep hustling and building.